to Giggles and Gratitude. I'm Dina.
And I'm Tia.
That's what I like to hear, Miss Tia. This is actually Tia's second show since she had the cruise crud. And if you'll listen to our Yikes episode this past week, where we talked about trending topics on X, we addressed the fact that you're back and your voice is a little better today, I think.
It's a little better.
It's a miracle.
Yeah.
And I just don't like it when you're not by my side, so I'm so glad that you're back.
I am glad to be back.
We sprung forward since we've seen each other, Tia. How do you feel about that?
That first, 3 days, especially when you're not feeling well, I just feel like, no way is it already this time. It's even changed my feeding habits with the dogs. Because they're not ready to eat at, used to be 3, and now it's 4. So then it pushes it to 5.
Right.
So
they don't understand time change. And I like that it's lighter later.
Oh,
that's
God.
fun. But that you lose the hour of sleep that you never get back. So that's kind of like...
Yeah, you do.
Where are those hours?
You get it back when you fall backwards.
Okay. Well, I had heard that we weren't going to be doing this anymore. And you and I discussed it, I think, back in the fall. And maybe even the spring before. I think this is the last time we're doing it. So I looked it up. It says, "Are you sick of daylight savings time?" This is from the American Moms on Instagram. This week, a bipartisan group of 12 U.S. senators reintroduced the Sunshine Protection Act to put an end to changing the clocks. Since 2015, more than 40 states have introduced legislation to end daylight saving. But states don't have the power to stop it, only Congress does. The Senate unanimously passed the bill in 2022, like we thought, but the House never voted on it. So now they're trying again. So I guess I'm not a political expert, believe it or not. And are you?
Really? That's hysterical.
But apparently the Senate can pass a bill, but then the House has to vote on it.
Right.
And they just haven't gotten to it, I guess. It's probably not utmost on their agenda right now. But I wish we could just stay like we are right now. Although it would be much darker in the fall.
Right.
So, I don't know. Maybe we should switch back and forth. I don't know.
I'd rather not.
You'd rather stay in this?
The clock's too heavy in the kitchen.
To take it down and change it?
Yes.
So funny. All right. That's our commentary on springing forward. But just so you know, it is being worked on, regardless of whether you are the fall backward or the spring forward fan. Something else to argue about with people. And today, if you eat Irish...
Really?
Was that bad? Let me try again.
Well, it wasn't real good.
If you have the luck of the Irish... Oh, that was worse, wasn't it? Happy St. Patrick's Day. That's what I'm trying to say.
I wish you'd say that.
In my southern accent. Just leave it alone.
I'm going to go out and look for a 4-leaf clover now.
Shamrocks are actually 3-leaf clovers. Did you know
well,
that?
I'll be darned.
Okay, 4-leaf clover is a 4-leaf clover. We can agree on that. All day
I would
long.
hope that 4-leaf clovers would be 4 leaves.
Yeah, and that's what you find in real life, in nature. Very rare, but you do find it.
Mm-hmm.
A shamrock represents the cross. And we could get into a whole debate about St. Patrick's Day and is it a pagan holiday? Is it St. Patrick and all that kind of stuff? But let's not. You want to not?
Okay, let's not.
But I do know that St. Patrick's Day is always on the 17th because that's kind of the traditional death date of St. Patrick. And St. Patrick ran the snakes out of, was it Ireland? Does Ireland not have snakes? Is that right?
Well, everybody has snakes. Every place has snakes.
I don't know about Ireland. But anyway, that's the story. Let's put it that way. Do you have any Irish in you, Tia? Have you ever had your DNA done?
Yes, I have. And yes, I do. But I don't know how much. And by listening to me, you'd think I was Irish, wouldn't you? Not.
Southern Irish, maybe.
Southern my butt.
Say, let go of me, Lucky Charms. Just say that in your Irish accent.
In what?
Let go of me, Lucky Charms.
In the Irish accent?
Your best. I mean, heard mine. Couldn't be any worse.
Let me go, Lucky Charms.
Let me go, Lucky Charms.
It's like...
You made me feel better about mine.
It's let go of
me, Lucky Charms. Oh, I love it. I love it. I wish they could see your face when you did it. You look just like a leprechaun. You became a leprechaun. Okay. The question is St. Patrick's Day a cheat day? Because some people are observing Lent at this time. You and I are Protestants if we have to choose something, so we don't follow that, right? The fasting and all that. Do you do that?
During Lent, no.
Okay.
I fast at the beginning of a year.
Okay. The church invites those who do observe Lent to enjoy the day. So today, guys, you can eat, you can drink, you can dance,
merry.
And be merry. That actually is in the Bible, isn't it? Eat, drink, and be merry.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. Indeed, whatever serves to help you enjoy this occasion is in good fun, within reason, of course, is viewed this way. You can enjoy meat on St. Patrick's Day. It isn't cheating at all, at least when it comes to Lenten principles. And that's according to Wikipedia. So just go crazy, guys. I mean, whatever. Well, no, within reason it said, right? Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay, within reason. So, Tia, we've got you back.
Mm-hmm.
We had an episode called Cruise Control about cruising, ins and outs of cruising, the strange facts about cruising, and you contributed a lot because you have cruised quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so you went off on your Caribbean cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to let you take it from there. I just want to let you go because Tia and I, believe it or not, have not talked about her cruise at all.
No.
So go from beginning to end.
Okay.
Here.
Let's see. I clocked walking 89.6 miles.
The whole time you were there.
Yes.
On a boat.
On a boat.
On a ship. Sorry.
And that is because I did get off on 2 of the 4 stops.
That's quite a bit of walking.
Yeah, that's a lot of walking.
Yeah. And in case you guys are just listening, we're training for a half marathon. So even though Tia was gone, she had to. We have a certain amount of miles we have to do every day, and you did it.
I took an umbrella. No, I didn't. I took an elevator once.
Did you?
I took steps. We were on the 7th floor. Everything else is on the 14th or the 5th floor. So I took steps, which I made Greg take steps.
Wow.
He likes me a lot.
I bet he doesn't.
Not really. Anyway, I said, it's good for you. And he went, yeah, okay, whatever. But I had a fabulous time. I enjoyed my father and my stepmother were on this cruise, and I enjoyed spending time with them. We had several of our good friends that we are in a Bible study group or have been in a Bible study group with. Thoroughly enjoyed them. And Greg and I had some time just to ourselves.
Great. Which
was really good. And I don't know. I mean, the places were beautiful. It's just, and I'm a Perel fanatic. Mm-hmm. And I never went into the hog trough is what I call it, where everybody touches the tongs.
Yes.
I couldn't stand it.
They touch the tong and then they throw the handle into the food next to it.
Can't do it. So I ate a lot of pizza because it's a self-standing establishment that you just go and get a piece of pizza and then the ice creams.
So you lived on pizza and ice cream?
Yes, except at dinner, which is served in the dining room. And I ate all courses that they offered, which was an appetizer and then salad or soup or whatever, and then the entree and then dessert. Yes, I. And you actually could order 2 of whatever you wanted.
Oh, really?
So anyway, I did that.
Can I interrupt you and ask you what was the best meal of the whole vacation?
Why do you want to ask me stuff like that? Because they had New York strip on the menu. I ate it 4 nights in a row.
That's okay.
No.
I mean,
it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you have with it? Did you have any vegetables at all?
I ate a starch potato, and then I ate a salad.
Oh, good.
I had some broccoli, but a whole lot of vegetables. No, really. And they had like tiramisu and creme brulee, which are my 2 very favorites.
Did you decide to heck with calories? This is my vacation, and you just enjoyed it and relished it and didn't?
Yeah, because
good.
I was walking so much.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I mean, I really didn't care.
What about the weather?
The weather was absolutely beautiful up and until the day that Greg and myself went with Sandy and Ed, took a bus up this mountain that the entire sides were open. It was just railing, but there was no railing where your body was. It was just railing.
Just the top.
And so,
you mean.
Yes.
Ugh.
And so nobody can see this, but it literally was this far from the edge of the road. And it was a straight drop down. There was no guardrails, nothing.
And where was this? What area were you in?
St. Kitts.
Okay.
We wanted to go to this beach. It was like this apparently world-renowned beach. See, I paid lots of attention. Didn't I?
You didn't go for a geography lesson.
No, I didn't. And so, first of all, it was an expensive ride to get there. Then we had to pay $25 per chair. Like, that's $50 for Greg and I to have a chair. And then the umbrella. And so we sat there, and Greg went and got me a glass of Prosecco, and then he got something for him to drink in this like cool little cooler thing. And so we're sitting there, and I said, well, look, I said, I'm going to go ahead. I said, because this is gorgeous. It was just like a horseshoe of beach, and then all you could see is like sailboats and yachts and stuff out. And the water is just as blue as you could ever imagine. So anyway, I said, well, I'm going to go ahead. I said, because this will probably get me 4 miles if I do this twice. That's
walk the beach?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I went to one end, came back, went to the other end. On the way back, Dina. Okay, you know how much hairspray. I didn't have a hat. The sky opened up.
Oh, no.
And it monsooned. And Greg was thinking, because he been told Sandy and Ed, she ain't going to be real happy when she gets back here.
So you were like, had walked so far they couldn't even see you anymore. Is that what you're saying? Oh, my gosh.
And they saw me coming in the monsoon. Because on the way out, I had these, they were young girls, very young girls. They said, ma'am, your outfit is beautiful. And we love your hair. And, of course, you know, I had it jacked to Jesus. Mm-hmm. They didn't say the same thing on my way back. Because it was plastered in my head. Dina, when we checked into the ship, you have a ID card. The guy looked at it 3 times to make sure it was me. I was unhappy. I was so mad.
People don't understand. Your hair is a project that you have to plan out like in a weekly basis. In other words, it's such a big deal for you to get your hair dried and fixed. You do not want it to get wet because it totally changes.
But I hadn't
it's like a whole new creature.
I just teased it and put it in like a little whatever extra, and I was ready.
Right. But once it gets wet, it's all over. It's all over. You have to start over again.
With hair. I don't want.
So was your day just shot, or did you get in the shower and wash your hair and start?
Oh, no. After the guy had to check my ID 3 times to make sure it was me. Yes, I went directly to my room and got into the shower. And I was not happy that I had to wash my hair because I don't like to wash my hair.
Right. I'm the same way. It's an ordeal for me.
Okay, yeah, it was a huge ordeal. But mine's not Rapunzel
well,
like yours.
Quite a
bit. Anyway, so that was...
Would you say that was the low point of your trip other than getting sick?
I didn't get sick until I got back.
Okay. So getting in the monsoon and knowing you were so far away from your home base,
we had to drive back on that trolley with the
rain coming down.
No, the rain stopped as soon as I got back to the umbrella. Let's not get stupid here. Your own personal
cloud, right?
Yes, it was my... No, it rained on everybody, but everybody was under umbrellas.
Right.
Except for me. So
that probably literally was a monsoon when you're on an island and it rains.
Boy, was it.
So you had to ride on a muddy road on a cliff? Is that what you're telling me?
No, it was paved, but it was open, and Greg said, I thought that maybe we might fall off the mountain.
I know. I've seen videos of people driving in other countries on the edge of a windy up a mountain. I don't know how they do it. So
it was scary. It was just that's probably the most scared I've ever been.
Wow.
I mean, literally. But the beach was beautiful, except for the rain.
So that was the only rain you saw the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. And you were gone for 10 days?
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. So you were on the ocean. Did you have like any really choppy, scary times or anything?
On the way back, because we had 2 days at sea, going out 2 days at sea, coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Coming back, it was choppy, and you could feel it because I feel my bed moving. I'm not real happy.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird sensation.
And it was like, bleh.
What about pirates? Did you see pirates?
Did you just say pirates?
There are pirates on the ocean. Wow. They're modern-day pirates. Did you see any other ships or anything?
Yes, we did. Huge ones.
Is that kind of
just
creepy?
Like ours.
Did you come close to them, or?
Well, yeah, they parked at the same place we were, docked, when we docked. But there was this one ship that was parked right beside us. That was the most beautiful ship I've ever seen in my life. They had, and I don't know what they would charge, but they were 3-story suites. Like, at the bottom floor was a patio, and it had a hot tub.
Oh, wow.
And then the only thing I could see in is like a kitchenette area. Then the second floor was your bedroom, and you could see the bedroom and everything. The top floor was a covered deck with a lighted fire pit.
Wow.
But there was no fire. It was just lots.
So this was like a boat you would charter for just yourself or a personal boat?
No. This was a huge cruise ship.
Wow. So everybody would get that?
No. Only the people that paid for those suites.
Oh, okay.
There were probably only... Because it took the front part of the ship. So there was probably 3 on one side and 3 on the other. 6, maybe.
Wow.
But I'm sure that it probably cost, I don't know, at minimum $25,000 because a night.
Wow.
I mean, because it was stunning. Here's what I did that was called a dumb Tia.
You pulled a Dina.
No, I pulled a Tina. And that's
like the worst. Right?
That is the worst. Because, I'm Tina when I'm not smart. Okay, so I did this. So they were docked over here, and there's this huge, huge port, concrete port between the two boats.
Okay.
But you could still see everything. So I'm walking, of course. And I look over, and I see this woman looks just like my stepmother.
No way.
And so I stopped on the
trip. Now, your stepmother was with you on the trip, is that
yes.
right? Okay. So that could conceivably be her.
No.
Oh.
She could not board another ship.
By accident?
Charlotte! And I'm yelling. Oh, no. And I'm waving, and she's waving. And I said, what are you doing? She goes, who are you?
Oh my gosh, Tia. Really? It's like her doppelganger.
I'm so sorry. Because First of all, there's no way she could have even entered that ship, A. B, I don't know why I thought my stepmother would have been on another ship.
You're just like waving, hey.
It was a big wave.
Okay, so you were worried about her.
No, I wasn't worried. I was like, hi, I see you. Like, that kind of excitement. Like, what are you doing over there?
Okay.
Stupid. How? Yeah, that's... Besides getting caught in the monsoon and thinking that my stepmom was on another ship.
Well, it could be her twin. You don't know.
No, it was. It was exactly her
crazy.
twin.
That's crazy.
I know. It really was. Of course, while I was gone, I had a new pet sitter.
Uh-huh.
The very last day, she texted me and said that she had gone to the potty and Blessing ate her prescription eyeglasses.
Well, you leave them out. That happens. I mean,
Thank
seriously.
you.
Yeah.
Because, this whole last week when I was sick, I got up, I was watching the show, and I came back, it was real quick. Came back in, and I thought, I was not watching the Disney Network.
Oh, he changed the channel again?
Not only did he change the channel, Dina, I couldn't find him, nor the remote.
Oh, no.
He was outside.
With your remote?
With the remote.
What is it about remotes and dogs?
And glasses. Because he took my glasses. And I had to chase him. And I was about to fall over because I was out of breath because I couldn't breathe. and I said, Blessing, let him down. And he would look at me and he'd put his bottom up and put his front paws down. And wag his tail and take off running.
So we thought it was a game. Yeah.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't fun. I wasn't laughing. We weren't having fun.
Did the remote and the glasses survive?
Yes, mine did.
I've lost some glasses to dogs, and Blessing's still technically a pup. Their birthdays are coming up. Tia and I have the same litter dogs.
Mm-hmm.
In case you're just listening, Boogie and Blessing from the same litter. They're Shorkies, and Blessing is so fun. So playful, and he doesn't mean meanness by it.
No.
If you leave something out, it's kind of fair game, and it's a certain size, and it's laying there. So I guess she wasn't real happy about that.
Well, no, nor would I be. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It was just, I had to get tickled because it was just like, that's just Blessing. I mean, you just have to understand that's Blessing.
He's still a pup. He's still a pup.
Yes,
so
he's still a pup.
When we did our cruise control episode about cruises, and you were kind of the expert between the two of us because I've never been on a cruise. And you would say, well, it's really like this. Did you discover anything different or incorrect when you went?
Yes. Because I had been told that when we bought the drink package, it was just 4 drinks a day.
Right.
Well, that was untrue. It was unlimited. So.
Oh, good.
Well, no, that was great,
or is it
great.
bad?
No, it was great.
Okay.
I mean, because you could get bottled waters, you could get
Any
Starbucks.
Oh, okay.
And people, I'm not a big Starbucks coffee drinker, but apparently the coffee, I didn't have 1 cup of coffee on this.
Really?
None.
Huh.
I guess I was too busy eating soft serve ice cream and pizza. Apparently.
Did you see any decorated doors? We talked about that.
Yes.
You did.
Teen. Because one day it was so hot. It was too hot to walk out on the deck. So I went floor to floor.
Inside. Oh.
And I saw every door that were decorated.
Well, that's kind of cool. That was something for you to look at. Yeah.
It was, except I had to dodge people cleaning rooms and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I really admire you sticking to your training, even doing that. So what was a typical day like for you? Just get up early and get your walking out of the way and then relax? Or
no, it depended on where we were going to be. Because I found out on the first Saturday that I had the 8 miles. The track is only 2 lanes. One's for walking, one's for running. But no, and then there's chairs on both sides. There's nothing. So everybody has to use a track
Yeah.
to get from one place to the other.
I see.
So I was jumping over wheelchairs, or it's not funny. I've never seen more wheelchairs in my life. There were more wheelchairs than there were, I don't know.
Well, cruising is for seniors a lot.
Well, yeah, well, a lot.
So when you mean you leaped over people in their wheelchair?
Well, I went, because some people are just rude, and they don't care. Because you don't walk that slow, ever. Nobody does, ever. That's not in a wheelchair, because wheelchair people, at least they got out of the way, because they were powered.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And some people are just rude, and so I'm getting it, and I'm like, you were slowing my pace down, and I accidentally hit this lady's arm, and it knocked her phone out of her hand.
Oops.
I stopped, turned around, picked it up, and I said, I'm so sorry. She gave me the biggest yuck look in the world, and I was like,
oh my gosh.
You know what? If it weren't for you, my time would be so much better. And I stopped and picked up your phone, you little mean person.
I could just see you being the little speed demon going through there, knocking everybody down. I know you wouldn't intentionally do it. I'm just saying.
No, but I knew I was never going to do that. So that's why I switched my Saturday to Friday when everybody was off the ship.
Oh,
and then on Saturday, I did my lower mileage. But I never did a low mileage except on Thursday when we left.
Yeah, you did
and
great.
Greg went with me.
And he slowed you down.
Love his little
He's like me, he slowed you down.
No.
Now, did he have a good time? Did he get in some deep sea diving or anything?
Yes, he did.
Good.
Scuba diving.
Scuba diving.
Yes, and he had a blast. And it brought back some yum pictures.
Really?
Really good
That's
pictures.
Great. That's great.
Very good pictures.
All right. Is there anything you wish you had done that you didn't do, or wish you hadn't done that you did, or would you recommend cruises to people, or how did you feel about the whole situation?
Well, when I went to the doctor, I said, "You don't understand. I'm psycho about sanitizing." And she goes, "Look," she said, "on a cruise ship, especially if it's going out of the country," she said, "everything's airborne." And she said, and all the ventilation and everything, she said, there was a lot of people that ended up in the hospital that came back from the cruise.
Your ship. I saw that on the news. I didn't know if it was your ship or not, but I saw there was something really bad going around.
But I don't know if that was our ship or not. I mean, I just think it's ships in general. I don't want to say never, but I don't think I will be going on a cruise. I just soon go back to sandals. It's all inclusive. You just arrive and then you're there. And then you can have a choice of 100,000 restaurants, or not really 100,000, but I mean, choice of restaurants. And, there's not a specific dining time. You make your own dining time. Right. So.
Okay. Yeah. And I guess that's what it is. It's that ventilation system where if somebody gets something, a lot of people are going to get it.
Right.
Yeah. And there's the flaw in our retiring to a ship, because when you're older, it's hard for you to fight off lung issues.
Exactly.
So we've got to figure that out.
And when you have an autoimmune disease like I do, it's not fun either.
You can't fight it off, yeah.
So
you got sick did you get sick on the plane on the way home, or did you?
No, I was fine. I did 2 loads of laundry when I got home on Sunday, and Monday I woke up and I felt horrible. Yeah. And I felt horrible up until today.
For you to stay in bed, it's unheard of.
I don't.
Yeah, and you did. So.
And I did.
And it was just a nasty cold.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's what the doctor said. She goes, "This is severe cold," because I tested negative for COVID or flu or the respiratory thing. But, I mean, I've never had a cold like this, ever.
That's crazy. Well, I'm so glad you're on the better. Your voice sounds even better since we started, I think. Talking might be helping to break through it. All right. Is there anything else you want to say about your trip or your cruise?
Other than being able to spend the time with our friends, and like my dad and my stepmom and my stepsister and her husband, we just had so many giggles and fun. And we laughed a lot. It was a load of memories made. Yes, that's great. For sure.
That's very important. How many new friends did you make? Because I know you did.
just the people that I haven't seen in years and years and years. Like Linda, this lady, she said, Tia?
Do you just happen to see each other?
Maria. She traveled with my dad.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
They rode down on buses.
Oh,
Greg and I
okay.
flew. She goes, honey, the last time I saw you was in 1986. And she remembered. And I'm like,
wow.
Oh, good Lord.
That means you haven't changed.
Maybe I have had my hair jacked to Jesus then, too. I guess
your hair was probably the same.
Well, I know. It was, apparently.
Well, that's great. You don't look any older.
But then she's... Now I've got a lot of, like, people that have asked me to be their friends on Facebook.
Oh, good.
Because I finally got back on Facebook, I don't know, yesterday or whatever, because I haven't even been on it. I haven't done anything, actually.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's great.
But since it is Giggles and the gratitude, that's my Giggles. But the one thing I do really, really want to ask is one of my friends that was on the cruise with me, her sister, they found a spot on her liver, and so she was tested this past week. And so I'm just asking for prayers for her, because, I mean, it's one of my very dearest friends. It's her youngest sister.
All right.
And I'm just asking for all the prayers in the world to go up for her.
Got some prayer warriors out there, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
Pray for her strength and her healing and
everything.
Comfort. Yeah.
Yes. And one other thing, and I know this is kind of crazy, but this
I'm shocked you would be something crazy.
I know, but this just hit me like a ton of bricks. I was watching one of my recorded shows, and this was on actually NCIS, believe it or not, because of one of the actors had passed.
Oh, really?
And so,
in real life, you mean?
Real life.
Okay, who was
he passed, don't ask me.
Okay.
Ryan McNally.
I saw that.
Okay.
Okay.
September of 2023. And I was thinking, well, how did not, and I'm thinking, Tia, we're only in March of 2024.
Right.
So it really hasn't been, but one of the sayings they were talking about, you know, because he was known as Doc.
Okay.
And he was just such a great, great actor. And they were talking about it, and he said, you know, Doc told me one time that a person dies twice. And I'm thinking, what? A person physically dies, that's once. But when you stop remembering them and talking about them, that's when they die twice. And so I was thinking, you know something? Not any of my friends that I've lost, not even my mom, my grandparents, none of them have had a second death, because I always remember and talk about them. Yeah. And I think that's just, I thought that was just a profound statement.
So they made his character pass on the show.
Yes.
I see. Yeah, I know. I've known people who have lost people that you avoid talking about it. Like at holidays, sometimes you avoid talking about that empty chair because you think it'll hurt them, and they really want to talk about it. You know, after a certain period of time, it doesn't hurt as bad to talk. It makes you feel better to.
Absolutely.
This person would have loved this turkey, you know, or they would have said this, or remember when they did this. So I think we kind of tiptoe around people who have lost people, and we're not sure. Should we say something? Should we just try to cheer them up and not mention it? But I think you're right. Talking about them keeps them alive and
absolutely
comforts the one who's grieving. I think so. That's good to you. Yeah, I agree with that.
I just thought that was huge. And I mean, for me to see it on NCIS, I mean,
you
go
never
figure.
know. You never know where inspiration will come from.
I know.
All right,
that's
well,
for sure.
Let's wrap it up unless you have anything else to say about your cruise so we have time for Tia time. I'm glad you're home. I'm glad you're kicking that Caribbean crud. I have to start make myself say Caribbean.
Me too.
And happy St. Patrick's Day. I don't have a lick of Irish in me, but I appreciate the holiday. It's fun. Just kind of a fun thing. And, you know.
I get to push
ouch, I'm not wearing green.
You're not green.
That's right, I'm not. Well, you weren't either.
Okay, ow.
But I will say, whether you're Irish or not, if you're Irish, great. Be proud of where you were born and your heritage. Or if, I don't know, you want to fill your bathtub with green beer and swim around in it.
Oh, wow.
Apparently you have permission to do just about anything you want. And St. Patrick is good with it. So Happy St. Patrick's Day. All right, Tia, you're Irish. Say something Irish to get us out of here. You want to try the Lucky Charms thing?
No, I'm not trying that again.
That might be offensive. I don't even know if they have the leprechaun anymore.
I don't know. Just have a blessed green day.
That's right. All right. Love you guys. I love you, Tia.
Love you, baby.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Tia Time's next. Don't go away.
Today's Tia Time is Greatly Loved by Johanna Wong. For years, I believed the lie that I was not enough. My background was not enough, my family was not enough, and my story was not enough. I felt like I was too different and no one understood the real me, so I spent years trying to change who I was to fit in to what I presumed was the mold. Have you ever felt like you need to downplay who you really are, where you really are from, water down your details, or change who you really are to be accepted and effective in places God has put you? It turns out that's what the enemy hopes we do. When we answer the wrong names, we live in the wrong stories. The false stories we believe about ourselves can trap us in the wrong living patterns. The truth is that it's your real background, story, and exact details that God wants to use for this exact moment in time. Of course, the enemy wants to convince you that your details don't have value. He can't risk you discovering who you really are and living out your purpose. It's time to unlearn the false narratives and live as who you really are. For the ones who feel unworthy or less than, you are more than you've been told. God calls you His masterpiece. We are the handiwork of the artist of the heavens and earth. When artists create something, they are intentional with the details. Painters choose a particular brush to stroke a blank canvas. Poets select a specific structure to style a certain story. Dancers determine the best move for that one moment in that one song. Photographers and filmmakers search out the best possible frame, lighting, and textures to unearth the full story they intend to tell. Artists are detailed, dare I say picky, and take their time to create a piece of work they're proud of. So much more was God's intentionality when He fashioned us. He chose a certain brush, background, beat, frame, and texture to set your life up well for your good and His glory. You are a work of art meticulously made to accomplish the good works of God. You are no knockoff brand. You are fine art. You are bougie. You are an original, custom-made by the Creator of all things. God's masterpiece. That's your name. For the one who feels ashamed of your body because of what's been said about it, what you've done with it, or what has been done to it, you are more than you've been told. You are called the temple where the Holy Spirit lives. No human can take away your built-in, God-given, intrinsic value. No matter who took advantage of you, who used their power to hurt you, and no matter what you feel you lost because of your choices. When you give your life to Christ, God's words call your body the place where the Holy Spirit dwells. Your body is good. You have value. You have always had value. People don't have the power to determine your ultimate worth, which also means they can't take it away. You are not defined by what you did or what was done to you. God's temple, that's your name. Do not allow the enemy to distort what God made good for good things and to bring Him glory. I hope this has blessed you like it really blessed me, because I certainly needed it, because I felt less than in so many areas of my life. But I am God's child, and I am chosen, and I am greatly loved. Have a blessed week.